Over the last 2 years, I've been covering the passport bros as they have been settling in different countries, most notably Colombia. And a lot of people have criticized the passport bros for doing that. Remember, these are guys who could not make it in America, but all of a sudden, they're having fun in Colombia.
So it's come to my attention that they are unaliving the passport bros down in Colombia. So let me just make sure I have this straight, Demarius. You thought that you was going to take your ass down to South America on a flight powered by Massage Noir to go sexually exploit the locals, and there wouldn't be no consequences? You just really thought you was going to go like scout a wife maybe to bring back, and you could further black women and live your life happily ever after, and nobody was going to say nothing and nothing was going to happen to you? And here's the thing. When the unthinkable does happen, do you think the po-po in Colombia is going to waste time and resources trying to figure out what happened to your black ass? Sound like Big Mama and them going to be having a memorial with nobody and no answers. How dreadful. Remember a few weeks ago I told y'all that 24 was going to be the year of action and reciprocity and things are going to be exposed? It's find out season. Now, I don't want anybody to lose their lives. Well, that's not true. I don't want most people to lose their lives. But this... what you want me to say?
But then things started happening in Colombia. Situations like this brought a lot of attention to passport bros and Americans worldwide.
Okay, hey everyone. I've disappeared for a bit from my YouTube channel, and the reason is I lost all my content and I lost my GoPro because I got kidnapped in Cali, Colombia. The place that I used to really promote and always be like, hey, it's, you know, one of those cities in Colombia that's less discovered, has a very bad reputation. Yeah, it ended up biting me in the ass. I'm very lucky right now to be alive because the story I'm about to tell you, there were points where I thought I might die. This was definitely the craziest experience of my whole life.
That's right. Passport bros and Americans, most notably black men, were getting drugged, usually by scopolamine, getting robbed and having everything taken from them, leaving them financially crippled. And for those people who saw it, they were laughing at some of these guys. You shouldn't have left the United States. You should have stayed here. That's what you get. Well, I got news for you. Rewind, Nemo! Let's assume you are in the United States and you're a man and you want to go out just to a bar in a nice neighborhood. We're not talking about in the hood. Gunshots! We're talking about a great neighborhood like Buckhead, which is clearly one of the most affluent neighborhoods in the entire southern part of the United States. But stop right there. This kind of thing was happening to those guys.
What was supposed to be a fun night on the town in Buckhead last month turned out not to be for one man who says he was drugged at a bar, kidnapped, and then robbed.
The only memory I have is a very vague memory of being in the back of a car, and I remember my phone not on me, and I was like, that's really weird.
The man in his mid-20s, who we're not identifying for safety reasons, says he was bar hopping for a friend's birthday. When he woke up the next morning, he reported to police his phone and wallet were gone, along with items like this Rolex watch and ring. He says the crook didn't just take his credit and debit cards, but used them too.
Everyone drinks, everyone goes out with friends and has fun and lets their guard down, but that shouldn't be some kind of invitation for someone to take complete advantage of you.
Now, rewind, Nemo! Let's go to Phoenix, Arizona, which is one of the bigger cities in the United States. And with a great economy, Arizona doesn't get a lot of props as it should. But it's going down. I know a lot of people that moved to Arizona from California and they love it quite well. And you know what's good in Arizona? Booty clapping sounds! Well, I don't know about those things, but I can tell you what you can get down there. You can go also to strip clubs. And a lot of rich guys do that. They get off work, they want to meet up with friends, and they'll go to a strip club. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe a myriad of strip clubs. But you won't believe what happened at this strip club.
He does a topless dance, and then I don't get a receipt for it.
This man spoke on the condition of anonymity. He is one of 15 men named in a new lawsuit that claims they were collectively scammed out of more than $1.1 million. They're each reporting multiple unlawful charges on their credit cards from one of 3 different clubs: Bones Cabaret, Skin Cabaret, and Dream Palace. All 3 clubs are owned by Wisnowski Incorporated in Scottsdale.
She asked me to go into some back room. I asked the price, and she doesn't give a number. And I was under the assumption that it would be fairly quick.
In the suit, the stories all start the same way, alleging an organized scheme. The victims claim they were unknowingly drugged, heavily intoxicated, or incapacitated by the dancers.
They give me several glasses of champagne that is really unusually strong. I remain conscious, but I feel more buzzed than I usually do.
Each man said they were then led to a VIP room where their phones and wallets were taken from them.
They just asked me to sign and fingerprint a couple places on a sheet of paper, and then take a picture holding the paper.
After the initial dance, the lawsuit states they were then photographed holding a copy of their alleged charges. Only, they say they never got to see what exactly they were paying for or how much.
They really took advantage of me.
This man says it's been especially hard for him.
I'm socially awkward. I'm trying to find a girlfriend. I'm trying to practice before I have a girlfriend. I probably shouldn't have used a strip club as a method of doing that sort of thing.
Now, a stripper who also lives in Arizona that's not associated with this club gave her opinion on what she thinks is happening.
It came to a surprise because, like you said, there was a movie on this.
Like something out of the movie Hustlers. Men getting drugged and having their credit cards maxed out by dancers at strip clubs.
They definitely know what they're getting into because higher rooms, higher time, more time means more money.
I spoke with someone who has been a dancer for several years at numerous clubs in the Valley. She agreed to speak with me under the condition that I didn't show her face and distorted her voice.
Dancers don't play about their money. So I'm going to give you a price.
This dancer has never worked at any of the clubs mentioned in the case, which are Bones Cabaret, Skin Cabaret, and Dream Palace. They're all owned by Wisnowski, Inc. And though she's skeptical about the suit,
There's always that bad apple in the bunch. So I really don't put it past anybody.
and she tells me in her experience, girls have talked about drugging clients, jokingly.
I've seen it before, yes. But like I'm saying, like not all dancers are bad dancers, bad dancers, bad dancers, bad dancers.
And I notice this thing has been happening in a lot of places where a lot of rich men have been going. Remember this story that happened in Miami-Dade about 9 months ago?
10, a man waking up to find hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry gone after a night out.
And surveillance cameras caught a clear look at the women who police say drugged and robbed them. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter live now in Sunny Isles Beach with our exclusive tonight. Bridget.
According to police, they say these 2 women made it out with a diamond chain worth more than $355,000. Now they're looking for the 2 suspects in this heist. A luxury diamond chain like this one, valued at more than $355,000, swiped from a man after a night out. According to Sunny Isles Beach Police, the 2 women in these photos met a man at Miami's Club Space. The 3 went back to the man's home, where police say the women made drinks and the victim fell unconscious. Hours later, another man came inside the home and encountered the women, who offered to make him a drink. The report says he refused due to his observations of a possible substance inside of the drink.
That's right, guys. Here's what I want to tell you. If you're going to these particular strip clubs, bars, or anywhere like that when you have a lot of money, anywhere in the world, it is dangerous. Just the other day, I was having a drink at an exclusive bar, and some lady comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, do you mind if I sit here?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I mind if you sit here." You know, because you don't know what they're trying to do. The lady probably assumes that, hey, I have money, I have an American accent. That person is usually either a prostitute or a person trying to do something shady to you. And they're typically hanging out in places where wealthy or rich men or people they feel have money will be at. This is one of the reasons why I tell guys, you might not want to bring attention to yourself when you're going out. If you have a lot of money, if you have a lot of jewelry, anywhere in the world, even America, don't feel that, you know, everything is safe. I mean, you see what's going on in New York. I talked about women getting punched in the face. And then I'm gonna tell you what, if you're a man and you're getting robbed, most people don't have any sympathy for you. You gotta understand that strip clubs and places like bars and things like that, typically that doesn't even work for me in any way. I don't even know why guys are even going to the club. It's just a waste of time. Save your money, and save your health and leave those trashy establishments alone. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea D. Jackson back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.